Oh, what is the upskis, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the GXGamerCast. We're on episode 144 of my little gaming show where once a week I just has to talk about video games, whether they're new video games that I'm playing today, old video games that I grew up with, it doesn't matter. Video games. And today we're going for the three-peat. This is my third episode on underrated video games, and this category in particular, I especially encourage you to throw me the games that you think are underrated. Doesn't matter if it's, throw out God of War. I don't care. It might be underrated to you, but anyway, it doesn't matter. Definitely hit me up with underrated games, stuff that are way under the radar. I will admit that my list isn't all that under the radar. More or less just like kind of forgotten gems or something that went a little under the radar. I am not going to say these are the deepest picks. I tend to just go with the critics, and unless it's something that I really, really love, like, let's say, for example, like the NHL video games. I played a lot of bad NHL video games or very unworthy video games in the NHL franchise that, I got them because I'm such a huge hockey nerd, and I'm like, yeah, dude, I'll buy that game, but yeah, these aren't the craziest recommendations, but I'll also be throwing in my Banner Saga review, and I'll be throwing in an extra little review in here as well of a little game that I played this week. So speaking of that, let me tell you what I've been up to over the last week or so. As I always encourage you, the viewer, the listener, let me know what y'all are up to. What games are you playing right now? Are you too busy for video games? You enjoying some sunlight? I've been out there getting some sun. I might actually get a tan this year, which is amazing. So yeah, that'll be great, but let me know what you're playing, watching, all that great stuff, as I'm about to let you know what I've been up to. And it's been a pretty busy week right now. We got a lot of stuff. We got the Challenge All-Star Rivals, that is Dunyan Rings. Crushed that show. Another great season of the Challenge. And sadly, we're all done now. There's no more new challenge seasons to watch. There might be, there's a whole bunch of spin-offs. There's Challenge UK, USA, World, Brazil, Mexico. So there might be one or two seasons in there, but I don't know if we're all that interested in going too far down that rabbit hole. But regardless, Challenge All-Star Rivals was dope, man. There were some clashing because it's rivals. So you're teaming up with someone that you have bad history with in the challenge, maybe another TV show that you've been on, but you guys have bad history, and some people manage to work together, water under the bridge, not that big of a deal. Some others, they didn't get along very well. And bro, Turbo, I know a lot of people probably know what I'm talking about. There's a guy on the show called Turbo. I swear this man is a hitman. He kills people. Just watch just 10 seconds of this man, and you tell me that he has not killed people. He's just got that aura about him, but he was sensational this season. Aside from that scary hitman aura, he was teamed up with Nani, who is just like a saint. She is so nice, so beautiful, and just she is like one of the rare people that can handle Turbo, because Turbo is just, he's a handful at times. So it was so fun watching those two interact with each other this season, and sadly my team didn't win, but it doesn't matter. So that was a fun season right there. Watched a couple more episodes of Andor season 2. It's okay. I'm enjoying it. It's good. Not I'm not gonna go oh, you have to see this. It's fine. If you like Star Wars, you probably already seen it, but yeah, it's not bad. It's not really drawing me in. One episode, I was on episode 3. I had to stop it halfway through because I'm I'm going to fall asleep here in a second. So finished off the second half of it. So I don't know. Not really loving it. All right. Next up, we watched the newest episodes of Dark Side of the Ring. Freaking awesome. The highest recommendations. Even if you're not a wrestling fan, check out Dark Side of the Ring. It is amazing. So many dark tales, and there's 6 seasons of it now. So yeah, there's a lot of great stories. And I always say, I've been a wrestling nerd most of my life. I feel like I've heard most stories, and this show tells me stories that even I haven't heard. And even when it's a story I've heard, even I've heard the Hell in a Cell story a dozen times, and they even did it. They did it so good, it was interesting to me again. So freaking love the Dark Side series. And that's all I've been watching. No movies again this week. Too busy with hockey and all that stuff. So let's talk about some video games. So I completed the Banner Saga trilogy, got all 3 of the games done. They're not the biggest games. I'll do a quick review here once we get into it, but finish that off. It was awesome. I'm still playing Oblivion. I'm a little more dedicated now to Oblivion. I got a second wind all of a sudden. I don't know. I stopped watching the really boring Carolina Washington series while I'm playing Oblivion, and I just started rocking some podcasts, and I'm doing great. Crushing the Dark Brotherhood. I'm crushing the main quest. So yeah, next week for sure I'll be talking about Oblivion, doing a little review and a retrospective, because I played the game back in the day when it came out, like in, not the first day it came out, but like when it came out on PS3, I was there. So, not the best place to play it, but that's where I played it. So I'm still playing Oblivion. I'm getting close. I should be done it really soon. And randomly, well, not really randomly, but I have had an itch to play a Grand Theft Auto game for a long time, as I imagine a lot of us, as there hasn't been a new one in over a decade. And yes, I did see the Grand Theft Auto 6 trailer. It looks insane, and can't wait till next year when it maybe comes out. We'll see. So I've had a Grand Theft Auto itch for a very long time. There's still Grand Theft Auto games I have not played yet, but I'm also very cheap, and I don't want to spend $30, $40 on the Grand Theft Auto HD trilogy thing. I own Vice City, like, on PS2, but I don't want to play it. I want to hook it up and do all that shit. So I was like, okay, what other kind of Grand Theft Auto-y games are out there that I haven't tried yet? And I was like, yo, I heard some pretty good things about Mafia. So I booted up Mafia. Whoa. And I already beat it. It's already done. Beat it in like a day and a half. I just got so locked into it. It scratched that Grand Theft Auto itch that was so itchy for me. Oh, baby. So I'll also be doing a little mini review on Mafia as well once we get into that, because I think Mafia is underrated. So yeah, we'll be talking about Mafia a little more in a moment. Other than that, I am playing Final Fantasy VIII still. Kind of just slowly plotting my way through it while I'm watching some challenge, watch a little hockey, in the intermissions I'll play a little Final Fantasy VIII. It's, it hasn't really drawn me in. None of the characters are really screaming at me. They look very cool, but personality-wise, no one's really grabbing me here. Story-wise, it's not really grabbed me. Like, I don't think... I'm like 7 hours in, and nothing really exciting has happened yet. So, kind of waiting for some cool shit. Graphically, looks awesome. Music is great. Other than that, it's just a Final Fantasy turn-based RPG, and it's fine. I'm so happy that it has the ×3 speed increase. That's just so clutch for that game right now. But yeah, it's solid. Should be doing an episode on that in a couple of weeks. And I'm still playing a little bit of Theater Rhythm, Final Bar Line, or whatever. Oh, I could throw that on this list. I don't know anyone that's played them, but man, if you like music games, rhythm game, I still want to do that episode. I still plan on doing a rhythm game episode, but it's getting pushed down the block here a little bit further, and it gives me more time to play some more rhythm games. There's all these I haven't even played before. There's Sayonara Wild Hearts I want to get to. Parappa the Rappa I've never played. Patapon I have also on the docket. I want to boot up DJ Hero again and play that again because it's just so darn fun. I actually have some friends coming over for a barbecue, so maybe I can convince them to play that with me. That would be sweet. So yeah, we'll definitely want to do that rhythm thing as well. Outside of that, I think that's everything that I've been playing. So there we go. Again, always recommend. Let me know what y'all have been up to, what games you're playing right now, and let's get into it, y'all. Let's go for it for the third time. Let's talk about some more underrated games, in my opinion. Oh, goodness, great. That song goes way too hard right there. That is from Catherine, and we'll be discussing Catherine on this list because it's most certainly on there, but we're not there yet. Let's start with the games that I teased at the beginning, and we're going to kick it off with the Banner Saga Trilogy review. So, damn, son, you might have heard me talking about this game for the last little while. Kind of just popped up on my radar randomly, just watching a YouTube video about underrated video games, which is something I love to do because everyone has different tastes. Everyone's got a different game. There's so many games out there. Everyone's got something different. They're like, oh, I've never heard of that one before. And then you give it a shot, and oh, buddy, was Banner Saga one of those games. The second I saw it, I was like, ooh. So you got the grid-based kind of strategy game right here. You're playing as it's kind of think of the story of Game of Thrones a little bit. It kind of reminds me of Game of Thrones, but it's kind of an action strategy RPG mixed with like a pick your own adventure storybook and the Oregon Trail. So if any of that tickles your pickle, then the Banner Saga is amazing. The story was excellent. Like, I absolutely plowed through the trilogy. I thought maybe I would one here, maybe take a little bit of time off and get to the next one. Nah. The second I finished one, bam, right into the next one, and the story continues, and you're making a lot of big decisions in this game, man. And these decisions will play out and determine how you get through this adventure. In my adventure, both of my main characters died. So, like, yeah, I did the thing, essentially, but, man, I lost a lot of people along the way. There was a lot of, there was one time, like, there was a girl, and I really thought, you know, this girl and this guy, they kind of had this relationship, shit was boiling over, and I was just kind of standing back, and I was kind of letting things play out. I thought it'd be okay. Nope, she gets an axe right to the face, she's dead, and I was like, holy fuck. Okay, so that was a mess up right there, but even little decisions can have big impacts. So, like, this was in I think the second game, maybe the third game. We're traveling down this river on this rickety-ass boat that we made out of friggin' houses, and we pass by an island, and we see a group of people. They're standing there, and they look all fucked up, and it's like, yeah, well, everyone's all fucked up at this time. The world is literally ending, and everyone's fucked up. We're on these rickety boats, and we're looking at these people. They're like, help us, and I had to make the really hard decision. You know, I'm looking at kids, and there's kids there. I'm like, I can't take any more people, man. I already got enough, and we're gonna sink. Thank God I didn't take those people on, because turns out we are heading straight for a waterfall. And if I brought those people onto our rafts, we would have been too heavy, and we would have all went over, and who knows what would have happened then. And in that same instance, while we're going down, there are some kids on our boat screwing around too much, and they're like, hey, Captain, what do you want to do with this? And gave me these options, like, rather fucking yell at them, tell their parents to get them in line, or freaking throw them off the boat or some shit. I said, sit the fuck down, and then, bam, not 10 seconds later, we hit a rock, and if I didn't tell those kids to sit down, they would have went overboard. All the parents would have been freaking out, morale would have went down, and we would have been in a bad spot. So, like, it's just chock full of it. That's essentially how the gameplay goes. It's like, all right, we're this big caravan. This is the Oregon Trail part. You're in the big caravan. You got fighters and regular-ass people and these giant Viking dudes, and you're just traveling to try and get to somewhere safer. And along the way, you're making those decisions like, should we go check out this thing, or should we just stay on the path? And, like, risk and reward. Like, sometimes you go out there and you get some awesome shit. Sometimes you go out there and it's a trap. And then next thing you know, you're in a fight. And that's the other half of the game, the strategy, RPG, grid-based tactical thing, which I love. It's not the deepest, but it's a lot of fun. You get a whole bunch of different types of characters, long-range magic, giants, and, like, yeah, dude. So you're going out there. It's a little tricky sometimes. There were some harder fights. But, man, it is just so fun. You're leveling up your people, and, like, the more you level them up, like, eventually you can turn them into, like, legends, and you can, like, give them a name. And I had one dude, he was called the Mountain, and he was this, like, one-armed giant Viking freaking dude, and he's, like, created his own aura across the lands. Like, someone came up to our character, and they're like, holy shit, is that, like, the Mountain? And I was like, yeah, that's just Varl or whatever. They're like, no, that's this legendary. I was like, oh my god, this is just so freaking cool, so awesome. And the best thing about it, did not take me very long to get through the whole trilogy. This is a game I am going to revisit every year, every other year, and go through it and experience a totally different situation, which I love to do with Mass Effect, but Mass Effect, each one of those games is like 30 hours. So I tend to play one Mass Effect game a year and go through the story. But with Banner Saga, I can get through the whole trilogy, like, in a couple of weeks, and it's delightfully fun. Great group of characters. Now, it's not a AAA friggin' $8 billion budget game. Like, there's not fully animated cutscenes. There's a couple of, like, nice drawn cutscenes. There's not a lot of voice acting, lots and lots of reading. But, man, is it ever just relentlessly paced? You're constantly running from a threat, and, man, what an awesome game. If you like Lord of the Rings, like Game of Thrones, it's definitely got a lot of kind of that feeling to it. Very unique art style. I've never seen anything quite like it. It's almost a little ugly at times. Like, the characters look kind of fucked up, but it goes like so good with the game. The music slaps, like hell of a fucking story, man. I was super invested in the story and my decisions. Numerous times I'd be sitting there just like, I gotta take a minute and think about this. Like, where could this, because I gotta think in the future too. Like, these decisions are going to play out in the other games, and I gotta try and make the right choices. I definitely made some wrong ones, but all in all, it was a delightful experience. I freaking loved it. And if you do want to purchase it, I highly recommend going for I got it on PS4, the whole entire trilogy, for $35 or something like that. Very, very good bang for your buck. Other than that, they're about $30 per game. And if you want to get like the trilogy on Switch, which I wanted, it's really expensive. It's like $80, $90. So I would recommend experience this game in any way you can. Do it as cheap as possible if you can. Like my PS4 version, it came with a poster and like an art book. It like, yeah, I was so happy with it, man. Like, oh hell yeah. So Banner Saga, super highly recommended game, and a game that I had never heard of before. Never once have I heard anybody talk about the Banner Saga, and I was blown the fuck away with this one. Like, I am, it did come out at a time where, indies were relevant, they were pretty popular, but still not appreciated. So this, I believe it's an indie game, but oh my goodness, do not miss the Banner Saga. It is so freaking cool, and a game that, like, if it clicks with you, you can play this game over and over and over again and get all these different outcomes. Like, oh, what a sensational game. I'd hit the entire trilogy with an 8.5. 8.5 out of 10. What an awesome experience. I loved it. It was awesome. Now let's get to the next one that just really got me this week, and that's Mafia. So I played Mafia, the Definitive Edition, and I've never really heard much about Mafia. I believe it came out like on PS2 back in the day. I don't remember. I honestly remember The Godfather a lot more, and The Warriors, and pretty much anything else. I never really heard much about Mafia. Maybe because it was a little adult. Like, I know that would be, I mean, all those games were very adult, and but regardless, I grew up with Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, and I was playing Grand Theft Auto 2, like, very, very young. I might have been like 6 or 7 when I was playing Grand Theft Auto 2, and then 9 or something when I got Grand Theft Auto San Andreas for Christmas. It was awesome. My grandma was so mad at me too. Like, she didn't know what she bought, and I was playing it on Christmas, and like within the first 4 seconds, like, they're saying motherfucker and like all these crazy things. My grandma was mad. Thank goodness it was Christmas. All right, so let's talk more about Mafia, the Definitive Edition. Like I said, it scratched my Grand Theft Auto itch so perfectly. Now, it doesn't do, like, it depends what kind of Grand Theft Auto experience you're looking for. Me, I was just looking for a story experience. I was like, I haven't played a new Grand Theft Auto story in so long, and that's what Mafia gave me. I treated it as like a DLC for Grand Theft Auto. Like, here's the Mafia DLC, and you're playing as you're playing as Tommy, and the names, man, Tommy, Paulie, Vinny, like, the most Mafia names. Fucking forget about it. And you're here in the 1930s. I love a good period piece where we're going in a different era, and they got all the old cars, and all that shit. Fucking awesome. So yeah, it's just the story of this Tommy guy, starting from, you literally start the game as a cab driver. Next thing you know, you're freaking high up in the Mafia. And yeah, you're going through a nice little story. The great thing about it, the game is not very long. I got through it in a handful of sittings, like 3 or 4 sittings. It's like a 10-hour game. 10, 11 hours. There's some collectibles, but it's a very linear story game, chapter by chapter. Boom, here's chapter 1. All right, chapter 1's over. Here's chapter 2, into that. They'll throw in this little intermission for like, okay, because he's telling a story, and then we'll go to like, okay, here's today. Okay, now I don't want to spoil the story, but fuck yeah, this game hit me so perfectly. Exactly what I wanted. I'm going around. It just felt like playing Grand Theft Auto, man. The shooting mechanics were very similar, third person fucking shooting. It's not great, but it was fine. You get a good couple of weapons, not a lot of weapons. It is the 30s, so you got like handguns and a shotgun. The cars are interesting. They definitely threw in some cars that are not from the 30s in there for me. I was driving this like 1960s Challenger around and a fucking like convertible, like Chevy convertible from like the 50s. I'm like, yo, I'm in the future, what's up? Awesome. I loved Mafia. The graphics were incredible. I was blown away. Like the facial animations, the character models, very, very detailed. I was very impressed. I love the music in the game. You also get that in the time period. You're in the 30s, so there's a lot of, hey, take your girl to the church and stuff, and hold her hand, and all that stuff. So the music was great. Now, what it doesn't necessarily have that Grand Theft Auto has is like I believe it does have a free roam mode where you can just drive around and run over people if you want to. Like, I ran over people by accident. There was a no-no, or a nana, or whatever you call them, no-nos. She was crossing the street, and I was like, look out, no-no, and fucking bam, whacked her, and yeah, the cops come chasing you. You run away. You can do the whole thing. You can do all that. That's just not what I was looking for. I just wanted a story mode in a Mafia Grand Theft Auto setting, and that's exactly what it delivered for me. I loved it. The story was really good. I liked the characters especially, fucking Tommy and Sammy, fuck Vinny, all these boys over here, god nah. So, yeah, dude, I already have Mafia 2 downloaded, even though I've looked at the reviews, they kind of go downhill from Mafia 1, it just kind of goes downward, but I'm in. I don't think I want to touch Mafia 3. That seems like all of a sudden it goes from like a 10-hour game to a 60-hour game. Like, whoa. Okay, now you're losing me. But the fact that it's like this delightful, linear, 10-hour story with like, there's a lot of good little missions in there too. Of course, you got like the bank heist. You get, a bunch of things. I'll go rough up this guy over here. Oh no, shit goes wrong. You got your chases. And like, yeah, dude, there's some good drama in there as well. I did really like the story. Yeah, dude, I would highly recommend Mafia, especially if you're a guy like me, and we're all waiting for Grand Theft Auto 6 to come out. It's still a year away, and if you don't play the online like me, I'm thirsty for a little Grand Theft Auto action. So, Mafia, that is a great place to go. I had such a great time with Mafia, so check that one out. I think it's underrated. Let's go to another, indie game. And another indie game that I've been pushing on motherfuckers, and no one's played it yet, and I am sad about it. And that game is Neon White. What the fuck, man? I need people on this game. This game is unfreaking real. If you like this game is one of the funnest games I have played in like a half a decade. This game is it's just pure fun. It's all about speed running, getting through these levels as fast as possible. And they're increasing in difficulty, but they're so smart and fun. Like, they're adding in these really unique and fun like challenges to make the levels harder, like you're doing rocket jumps, and it's sensational. Watch some gameplay of it and like tell me that doesn't look like the funnest shit, and it plays as fun as it looks. Kind of like how Mirror's Edge, like when Mirror's Edge was first shown, we're like, wow, that looks so sick. First person parkouring, like what? And then you play it and you're like, oh, it's a little stiff, it's a little it's not tight. It's clunky. Not Neon White. Tight. So tight are the controls. Every time you fuck up, it's on you, and you just right into the next try again and again and again. Yeah, it's a little difficult for sure. There's definitely a challenge there to it, but holy crap, this game is freaking awesome. Interesting art style. A little simplistic, but cool. You're just playing as this like neon demon dude, and you're just fucking going through these levels. They're super fun. I loved the game. I thought it was sensational. Played the shit out of it. I got a full review back there somewhere. You can go check it out if you need more details on Neon White, but fuck, that game was so freaking fun. I would love to boot it up again one of these days. Up next, we got another indie game, and that is Metal Hellsinger. I've talked about this game quite a few times on this podcast, and it kind of falls into that sort of like a rhythm game. It's like Doom, but with more of like a rhythm-based thing to it. So it's first person, you're shooting demons, like it is literally Doom. It's Doom. It doesn't look as good, doesn't play as good. The soundtrack though, so you'll pick a level and you're playing to the song, and you gotta kill things like on the beat. So like and if you're a metal fan, like I love metal music, you're gonna love the soundtrack, and you're fucking killing demons in sync with it. You're timing, you're lining up shotgun shots with like the beat of the freaking metal music, just bang bang. You're like, oh yeah. I will admit, it did get it got old pretty quickly. Like I went from like, oh my god, this game is like so fucking amazing, 9 out of 10, and then after a handful of levels, there's not very many levels, I was like, okay, no, it's really good, but it's a little bit limited. It's just Exactly what I told you it was, just that, but now you got a different song, maybe a different area, a little bit of a different layout, some different enemies, but you're just trying to get the highest score, do it as smoothly as possible, not die, and yeah, I started dying, and I was like, alright, I've had some good fun with it. It's a delightful little game, especially if you like metal music. Gotta check out Metal Hellsinger, that is some shit right there. Alright, up next we got a trilogy of games and a modern games, and they're not indie, and that is the Tomb Raider Modern Trilogy. We're talking the Tomb Raider, like 2012, 2014 reboot game. You got Tomb Raider, Shadow of the Tomb Raider, and I think it's Rise of the Tomb Raider, and then Shadow of the Tomb Raider. Now, I'll admit, I've only played the second one. I think it's Rise of the Tomb Raider, and I shit you not, I think I liked it more than Uncharted. It might be a funner game than Uncharted. Now, it doesn't have the story, doesn't have the characters of Uncharted. There's no Sully. Like, yeah, Lara's good. I like this new style of Lara Croft where, I mean, she was always pretty tough, but she was less, I don't know, sexually influenced. So, like, I don't know. Anyway, but I like the new style of Lara Croft. She's more of this survivalist, and man, the game is, like, dark. Like, you get some horrific death scenes in that game. Like, when you die, it is like, holy shit, dude. But gameplay wise, I enjoyed it. Like, I want to say much more, but I definitively enjoyed my gameplay experience with Shadow or Rise of the... I'm pretty sure Shadow. No, it's Rise. It is Rise. Rise of the Tomb Raider. It was awesome. Like, it's kind of like, I wouldn't say fully open levels, but they're like big areas to explore, and you're just it feels like Uncharted doing the climbing, but I don't know, man. There's just something about that game. It just felt better. It's more focused on the action and just not necessarily trying to be a big action movie come to life like some of the Uncharteds feel like at times, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, but I don't know. It just felt like especially if you like Uncharted, and you haven't played the Tomb Raider games yet, oh my goodness, what are you doing? Like, we're not going to see a new Uncharted for a minute, and if you played through all of them, holy crap, like, these games are excellent. They're absolutely excellent, and I will be. It's on my list. I actually have it downloaded. Shadow of the Tomb Raider, I want to play it. I'm itching. I've just been battling with, like, I really want to replay Uncharted 4, but I when it comes to choosing a game to replay again over a game I have not played yet, 99% of the time I'm picking the new game, because new experience, man. I am all about what's the next game, what's the next one. So there is that, but what an excellent trilogy of games. They're all gorgeous. They're just super underrated, man. Like, all of them undersold. Like, they just, I don't know, is it the fact that, it's a female protagonist? Like, that doesn't bother me at all. Like, I'm completely fine. Most of the time when there's like a create your own character thing in a game, I generally make myself a girl. I go for the completely opposite. Okay, I'm a guy, I'm white, so I'm gonna be African American female. Like, I want to get out of my comfort zone. I'm a white male every single day of my life. I want to escape, and I want to be a female. Damn it! So doesn't bother me. But yeah, I mean, it could be the fact that people are like, oh, we have Uncharted. Like, but if you think, like, give it a shot, and you might be like me and be very pleasantly or kind of shockingly surprised how good these games are. They are right there with Uncharted. Now, it doesn't, like I said, doesn't necessarily have that crazy over-the-top, action movie set pieces that Uncharted has, but moment-to-moment gameplay, fucking excellent. So do not miss out on the trilogy of Tomb Raider games on the modern consoles. Let's go now back to the PS3 with one of my favorite games on that console, and I swear I'm like one of the only guys waving the Resistance 2 flag. Bring back Resistance. I love Resistance, especially Resistance 2. I played the first Resistance. I mean, anyone that had a PlayStation early definitely played that game because it was like one of the only decent games to play at the time. But that was a game that I sat there and played with my homie in one sitting. It was so freaking fun. And I would say it definitely was not a console seller. It wasn't a Call of Duty killer, but it was a damn good first-person shooter. It takes place in like the 40s or 50s, aliens attacking the Earth, and you're like, oh my goodness, got to get out of here. So, first game was good. Resistance 2 is one of the best sequels to a game ever. Like, that game just ramped up everything that Resistance 1 did. Scale was the biggest thing. Like, everything was bigger. We remember the giant Leviathan boss that was on every single commercial. And it ended up being super disappointing. It was such a letdown. That ginormous Leviathan fight, like, it was actually very tedious because it lasted, like, a couple of levels, and you're basically just running from ginormous building to ginormous building. It'll look in a window and go, and it'll bash open a freaking, knock down half a building. You go to the next one or some shit. You might shoot it with a rocket. Very underwhelming. Looked great. Looked absolutely awesome. Killed it in the marketing campaign. Like, oh, it looked awesome. Ginormous, 200-foot freaking awesome Leviathan monster. Oh, hell yeah. But what really, I just won't forget my multiplayer experience with Resistance 2. Holy freaking crap. I must have put in well over 100 hours in Resistance 2. Playing it alone, like the odd time I had the homie, well, he's not the homie no more, but I had a friend that we used to play a little bit online, but we were the only ones with a PlayStation at the time. And that was a time where PlayStation was not in a good place. They were just on the rise of kind of rebranding and regrouping in that PS3 era, like 2008, 2009, like 2010 especially, where they got they really started pushing a whole new marketing campaign. And yeah, PlayStation 3 was excellent. But at the beginning, it was slim pickings. But around the Resistance 2 area of time, 2008, I believe that's when it came out, might be 2009. That's when I was like all in on PlayStation. I was like, yo, like, there's so many awesome games here right now, like Uncharted, and just like, oh man, and from like 2009 onward, like, they just haven't fucking stopped. The momentum's been ridiculous. So I love Resistance 2. The multiplayer, like I said, it was really fun. I had so much fun with it. The guns were really cool. They all have like these secondary fires that there's one gun in particular that was so awesome. I think it's just called the Tracer, but it's just kind of like a standard machine gun. But then you can shoot a tracer dart into somebody, and then all of a sudden your bullets are 100% accurate to wherever that dart is. So, like, oh, it was so freaking, that was such a cool gun. A little bit unfair. Like, yeah, if you get darted, you're fucked. You're dead. Like, that's it. But, damn, that game was so fun. And it had a great co-op mode, where it's just like I think it's 4-people squad, and you're just going through levels, kind of like, I wouldn't say a horror, it almost felt like Left 4 Dead almost, but with Resistance. You're in this 4-player group, you got a tank, got your ammo people, your medic, and you're just trying to survive waves of freaking aliens, you're just trying to make it to the end of the level and escape. Excellent. I played a ton of that. I played so much of it. That game is amazing. That's one of the best games on PS3. I absolutely adore it, and I will always adore it. I loved Resistance 2. Let's go back. This is on PS2. I played this game on PS2. I actually remember renting it from Blockbuster, crushing it in a weekend, loving every minute of it, and that game is Tony Hawk's Project 8. Now, around this time, skates on the scene, new hot skateboarding game on the block, and oh buddy, but so I think it was American Wasteland was before Project 8. I hated that game. I thought it was crap. It was empty. It was literally, why would you want to skateboard in a wasteland? There's nothing there. It was like skateboarding on open desert. I was like, what is this? This is terrible. I hated that game. And then Project 8 came out, and like, yeah, they were trying to do what Skate was doing, but I thought they did a really cool job. So I don't know, remember the mechanic 100%, but you go in this like slow-mo mode while you're in the air, and then you can control the board with your feet using the analog sticks. So you can like rotate the analog stick, you're doing a pop, shove it, and then you like flick it, and then you're spinning the board, so you can just do a bunch of kick flips. It was not as fluid as Skate, because Skate, it's just one seamless motion. In this game, it like slows down time, you're just like the board slowly spinning, you're like doing these crazy tricks. I fucking loved that mechanic. I thought it was so awesome. You sit there and go up to like a 20 set step, you're going down at slow motion, then you grind the rail, and I thought it was awesome, man. I really, really enjoyed Project 8. I thought the story, the campaign, whatever, was really fun. I loved that game. I thought it was awesome. Now, it was a weekend game, I only played it once. I played it in a weekend, a Blockbuster rental. I loved it. I absolutely loved it. I would absolutely, I've been meaning to go to my retro GameStop and try and track down Tony Hawk's Underground and Project 8, see if I can get my hands on those, because I played both of those games, but they were like a rental thing. Like, I rented it, and I never touched them again. I want to re-experience it, and I don't want to wait that long for them to remake them. So I would like to track those ones down and get my hands on it. I'm scared about how much they're going to be, because especially video games right now, everything is so friggin' expensive. So yeah, I'm a little scared to go retro game hunting, because I just don't want to see what the prices are, man, because not good. All right, but what is good is the next game on this list, and a game that, again, I've only actually played it one time, but I still think about it to this date, and I hope the homie Billy remembers that time we played the Simpsons video game. Yo, that game's actually dope. It is actually very, very good. And again, at a time where Simpson games are hit and miss. Now, that was around, now, you know, you had Hit and Run, you had, what's the other one? Hit and Run, and doesn't matter. I also want to track down those games. Again, horrified at what the price is going to be. I'm so scared it's going to be like $100 for Hit and Run, and be like, no fucking way. Or like Simpsons, what is it, Road Rage? Like, no, I'm not paying. I would pay $20 maximum, $25, maybe $30 if it's Black Label, PS2, not greatest hits. Maybe I'll pluck down $30 for it, but like, damn, dude. So that's where I'm at, and I know it's going to be more than that. It's going to be like $60, $70, and I'm going to say, not today, walk away, and I'll never go back into a retro game shop ever again. Just kidding. I would absolutely, but seriously, Simpsons video game. Now, this reminds me of when obviously the Simpsons movie, when that came out. I'm a huge Simpsons guy. I don't really talk about the Simpsons very much, but that was my childhood. I've been watching the Simpsons, geez, man, I don't remember when it first started. I remember when it got really bad, where I had a satellite at a time, and I could literally watch The Simpsons from when I got home from school at 3:30 until all the way until 11:30 bedtime. I could watch The Simpsons every half hour, and I would even rewatch the same episode that I watched 2 hours ago. It's on again. I'm like, cool, awesome. My dad used to make fun of me all the time. He's like, didn't you just watch that like 2 hours ago? I'm like, still funny. It's still funny, and it's still funny to me. At least those original first. Oh no, I got my first. I think I got the first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 seasons. Then I go like 8, 9, 10. I'm missing a couple of seasons in there, but I love The Simpsons. But when The Simpsons movie came out, when I watched it the first time, I did not like it. And then there was the second time. For some reason, all of a sudden, I was like, what the hell is wrong with me? This is one of the greatest movies ever. It is so freaking amazing. And then, of course, the game came out, and that was during a time like the new renaissance of terrible movie video games. Like, every kid's movie that came out had a video game. Cars, Kung Fu Panda, fucking Iron Man, everything. And yeah, some of those were good, but most of them weren't. And I was like, oh, Simpsons video game, it's not going to be that good. It's not going to be good. And then the reviews came out. They're like, yeah, good. So it's actually a good game. And me and Billy played it, and it's seriously like watching, a marathon of Simpsons episodes. You get some great Simpson moments. It's funny. It looks really good. It doesn't quite get that, it doesn't look like a Simpsons episode yet. I'm surprised they haven't been able to pull that off yet. But looks pretty good for a 3D Simpsons game. You get to interact with the world pretty well. Yeah, it was a delightfully fun game. A game I would like to track down and actually beat it, because we never beat it. I don't remember anyway. Anyway, that game, freaking really good. I remember really, really enjoying that one. Up next, we got Marvel's Midnight Suns. Now, thinking about it now, like anything with Marvel on it, is it really that underrated? I think maybe, because this one is a strategy game, and a lot of people get turned off by strategy games, but don't miss this one. It's so freaking good. Now, if there are strategy fans out there, and if you like XCOM, you like XCOM 2, XCOM Enemy Unknown, if you like XCOM, you're gonna love Marvel Midnight Sun, because it plays very similar to, but you get a roster of really awesome Marvel characters. Not all the typical ones. You get some really, I'm going to call them niche, because, I don't know. I didn't know some of these ones. I was like, who the fuck are these people? I don't even remember their names now, but I'm just like, I don't know who you all are. But then you get the usual, Spider-Man, Wolverine are in there, Captain America. But one of the best part about it is, after all the battles and stuff, you get to interact with all the superheroes, and they all got a fun little personality. You can give them gifts and befriend them, and, yeah. So I love that game. And that was, I think it was this year that I played it. It might have been last year, but loved it. I loved the challenge I had to give myself because it was leaving the PlayStation Plus in like 2 weeks. It's a pretty hefty game, so I had to put in a lot of game time on it, and I loved it. I almost like buckled down and bought the DLC. I liked it so much. And again, that's a very, very, very rare thing for me. I have to really, really like the game to buy the DLC. Otherwise, I just buy the Ultimate Editions where it includes everything. Because, like, yeah, why wouldn't I? But I really consider it, especially like the Deadpool thing. I was like, oh, Deadpool would be so sick. And that's right around when Deadpool Wolverine came out. And I watched it and loved it. I was like, oh, I want it so bad. But I didn't pull the trigger. But I think people should definitely pull the trigger on Marvel Midnight Suns. It's a cheap game too. Like, don't buy it full price. You can get like you can get the big Ultimate Edition. You can probably snag it for like 30 bones. Really good game, man. Like, I really enjoyed all the characters in the game. Like, not really. I don't think there was a single dud in there. I enjoyed all the characters. The gameplay was, again, I was really craving XCOM. I've been like pulling myself away from replaying that game again because I'm like, you keep playing that game. Oh, you got to play something else. And Marvel Midnight Suns really scratched that itch for me, so absolutely, check that game out. It's awesome. Up next, we got Catherine, I think they call it the Full Body Edition, but anyway, that was a game. I played the demo for it way back in the day. I loved the demo so much. I was like, I'm buying this game, but I won't pay full price, of course. But, yep, that was a game I waited and waited and waited, and it just never went down low enough for me. It was, it's a very weird game. It's an Atlas game. I don't even know how to describe. It's kind of like a puzzle game where you're on this big cube field, and you gotta like pull the blocks out and try and climb these blocks to get to the top. It's harder than it sounds. It could be very fucking hard, that game, especially if you want to play it on hard difficulties. Holy shit, that game will kick the shit out of you, so be careful on that. But the story, the characters, like, you start this game out and like it draws you in with its sexuality. It's super sexualized. You are playing this guy, you accidentally cheat on your girlfriend with this absolutely gorgeous woman. You're like, whoo, what is going on here? And then just chaos ensues. This wild, crazy, insane story. And just that Atlas flair, man. Their pizzazz. Their pizzazz is so good. This game is just chock full of pizzazz. The music, that jazzy, smoothness, so freaking good. I love it. Amazing art style and graphics. I love it. And a gameplay, I have never experienced anything quite like Catherine. It is such a weird game. Absolutely delightful. And curse you, Catherine Full Body Edition, for coming out right when the game was getting lower in price. Then they re-released the full body version. Bam, the price goes right back to full price again. Like, why? I hate when games do that. So that one I had to wait like 10 years, well over 10 years to finally play Catherine, and it was worth the wait. That game absolutely banged. One of my favorite games that I played that year was Catherine. So good. So good. All right. Up next, we got 3 more games left on the list. Can you guess them? I doubt it. All right, Hellblade 2. I'm going to put Hellblade 1 and 2 because why not? If you played, I don't know, I played Hellblade 1 and wasn't like in love with it. I didn't love Hellblade 1. There was mostly the gameplay of it, the puzzles sucked, and the combat was redundant. Got super boring, very fast, and it just wouldn't end. The combat sections were just going on and on and on. I'm like, please end. And everything that I found wrong with Hellblade in the first one, I think they didn't fix it completely, but they definitely addressed it and made it a much more balanced, way better paced experience. So I would say play Hellblade. If you don't want to play it, definitely experience it. It is a game to be experienced because it's the kind of schizophrenia, losing your mind mechanic of the game that is so freaking cool. Like, and you have to play it with headphones because there's literally a voice in your head talking to you the whole entire game. You're going fucking crazy. You're trying to fight these demons and voices in your head. It is quite the experience. Audio design, is that it? Audio design? Sure. The audio is incredible, super cool, and it's just a unique game. No one's doing anything quite like Hellblade's doing. I know some people didn't like the second game. They didn't like the direction that they're starting to go in. It's starting to get into kind of a bigger situation. You know, you're starting to get like characters. And the first game is kind of just you in the game and these dark experiences. And in the second game, it's starting to, you could see like the developers, they want to make it a bigger thing. So I was fine. I love the direction that it was going. I cannot wait for the next game. Like I hope, we'll see. That's where it's really good. We're gonna really see if it hits that mark or it was a mistake to leave that kind of singular path. If that makes any sense. But regardless, gotta be one of the best, if not the best looking game on the market right now. Hellblade 2 game looks ridiculous, so good. That facial animations, top notch. Like you could see like the reflections in their eyes and stuff. And like I have never been able to read emotions off of a video game character the way that you can in Hellblade. Like it is crazy, bro. I would love to see like LA Noire remade in this engine somehow. That would be amazing. But damn, great story, super unique fucking mechanics going on in that game. Now they're not fucking changing the wheel or anything in terms of the combat and the puzzles that are in the game, but they're inoffensive, especially in the second game. The first game, they get a little tedious for sure, a little redundant. But don't miss them out, man. Like, Xbox is on fire right now. And go back and give some of those games that I remember when Hellblade 2 came out. It came out to whimpers. Like, and granted, they didn't do a great job marketing the game, which is a shame because I think it's a fucking excellent video game that, you know, Xbox owners and Xbox should be very proud of and waving the flag. Like this, I'm not going to say it's a console seller, but man, is it ever something. Like, it's definitely a game that, if I'm an Xbox, you know, I am an Xbox, I like Xbox, I tell people that own an Xbox, play Hellblade, bro. It's awesome. Support that game. It's very, very good. And yeah, I'm super amped for the next game. So speaking of next game, let's go to the next game. And that is, a podcast favorite, This War of Mine. Holy crap. I played the shit out of this game last year. Couldn't stop playing it. I talked about it for probably 3 months straight. Like, I was always playing it. I was like, yep, still playing This War of Mine. So fucking good. It's so dark. It's so messed up, but I just can't get enough of it. And I have this company's next game, Frostpunk. It's downloaded. I'm just waiting for the right feel. Like, it seems like a winter game. You know, frost, a lot of snow, looks cold. I don't think I want to wait till then, but we'll see. But This War of Mine, holy crap. Just took a chance on it. I think I paid like $4 for the Ultimate Mega Super Deluxe Edition or whatever on Switch. One of the best purchases I've ever made. God damn. What a bang for my buck. I could still be playing this game. I just kind of said, okay, I got to put it down. I got to start trying to play some other shit. And there was still so much more left in that game. So many more scenarios to play out. You're in basically like a terrible, think of a Great Depression, like in a wartime Great Depression. You know, you're in the middle of a war. There's no food. You're just trying to survive day by day. And like, man, there's some really, like, kids are dying. It's fucked up, man. It's a really fucked up game. I've had so many messed up things. Like, I mean, just listen to the podcast over the last 3 months. You probably will hear numerous stories about This War of Mine, but holy crap, what a cool freaking game. One of the cooler survival games I've seen out there. I think it's so freaking cool. If you like State of Decay, think like there's no zombies or anything. You're not like fighting off hordes you're just battling with survival, man. You're battling the elements. You're trying to stay warm when it's cold out. You're trying to fucking not be sick. You're trying not to get shot and killed every night. Like, it's intense. It's very intense. It's very unforgiving. Like I said, kids will die. It's tough, man. It's a hard game, but I could not get enough of it. Holy crap. I just played it. It was so much fun. I couldn't get enough. And I loved learning about the game. Like, it took me a while to figure out how to confidently like go and kill people. Like, I was so terrified. I'm like, if I go near a house and I see a dude with a knife, I'm like, I'm fucking out of here. I'm not dealing with this shit. What an awesome freaking video game. So much meat on the bone with that. I put like 60, 70 hours in there. I could easily double that, triple that if I wanted to. Like, no doubt. But there's so many other games. Games like 13 Sentinels, the final game on the list. 13 Sentinels, that is the game I kicked off my year with. And, yep, another one I was like, damn, this game is so underrated. No one talks about it. This one got recommended to me by a friend at work, like, geez, a year or two ago. And like, yeah, I was like, yep, mental note, it's on the list. Don't worry, I got it. And then you can get the game so cheap too. You can get it for like $20. It's not going to be for everybody. It's heavy on the story. The story is batshit. You are playing as 13 different characters, and you're going around, like, think of Live Alive, whatever, but more characters, and the gameplay. Oh my god. Not for everybody. You're on a big grid thing, and you're playing, everyone's got these giant mechs. They're all these different style of mechs, and you got to take out these little robots, and oh my god, it's so satisfying to wipe. You launch the missiles, and you just wipe out like 100 of these little robots. Oh, it's so satisfying. It's so freaking good. And the story, admittedly, a little bit crazy. Like, you are jumping around from storyline to storyline, and it is you're going into the future, back to the future, fucking all over the place, different eras, different people. You got cyborgs that are fake people. It's crazy. The story is one of the wildest I have ever experienced. Did I know what was going on? Not 100% of the time. I definitely didn't know what was going on, but there were times I was like, damn, dude, that's crazy. Damn, dude, that's crazy. I'm dropping that all the time, and I love the gameplay. And it's literally endless. You can just keep playing. Like, there's like pretty much an endless mode where you can just keep battling and protecting cities from the bad, evil robots over and over and over again. And I played that. I did like 18 rounds of that before I realized it was like an endless thing. I was like, oh, I'm just never going to, it just won't end. Okay, all right. So that's when I finally put down the game, when I found out there was no ending to it. You could just keep going and going and going, at least gameplay-wise. The story ends, but you can just keep playing it, and that's awesome. Amazing. You can get, it's so cheap. You can get it, like I said, $20 on the Switch. It's a great Switch handheld game. I loved it playing handheld. It is, like I said, it's story heavy, and it's all reading. I don't think there's any voice. There might be voice acting. I can't even remember. But no real cutscenes or anything like that. A lot of reading, but wild story. Absolutely wild. And there it is. There it is, everybody. We got to the end of another list, and another episode is done. Thank you, everybody, so much for listening. You're the best. You want to be even more of the best. Make sure you're reviewing and sharing the podcast around wherever you're listening to. Throw a review on Spotify. You can also drop comments on Spotify if you haven't noticed. So you can drop a nice little comment there, send in a little review, nice honest review. Constructive criticism is always welcome. And in terms of what else we got going on with the podcast right now, the hockey cast went up. Leaf fan right here, so I'm not doing great, but I'm not doing horrible. It's not over until it's over. We'll find out tonight if it is, in fact, over, and we'll discuss it next week. And we'll see what kind of mood I'll be in. It's rather I'm going to be in an excited mood, like something great happened, or it'll just be kind of just clock in another day at work, like, oh, well, I guess we'll get him next year kind of mood, but we'll be doing the hockey cast, discussing the second, and maybe they'll even be getting into the third round by then. We're almost done. The teams are dropping like flies right now. We're only going to have 4 left after this round. So, it's going to be over before you know it. So we'll be discussing all the news and what's happening around the NHL. Next week, like I said, on the GamerCast, I should be doing Oblivion. I can't see why I wouldn't be able to get that game done in a week, so should definitely be Oblivion, then hopefully follow it up with Final Fantasy VIII, and then maybe after that we'll finally get to that rhythm game episode that I've been meaning to do for a little while here, so that'll be good. In terms of the WrestleCast, going to have the recap up this weekend. Next weekend, we got Saturday night's main event and Double or Nothing, so I'm thinking that Saturday night's main event's just going to get tossed into the weekly recap. Double or Nothing will have its own pay-per-view review, so there you go. That's all the stuff we're going to be doing in the next week or two or whatever and all that stuff. I upload all these episodes to the YouTube channel, Gamer GX Videos. Go over there, subscribe. All the links are in the description. Twitter page, put up posts you can follow over there. I try my best to put up announcements. I basically never know what's going on. This is a rare moment where I actually have the next few episodes in advance, kind of know where I'm going with it, but generally just go with whatever I feel like talking about that week. So there we go, everybody. You the best, and we'll be back again with some more GX Plus game.